there are a number of different ways to work walking exercise into your daily routine. Generally, what's recommended is to break it up into 2 or 3 pieces. Maybe a morning, a midday, and an evening walk. I've found that with my schedule, it's better, and I enjoy getting out for a single long walk. So I tend to get in my exercise in the middle of the day in one long walk. Now, I think if it were more of a challenge, and if I couldn't get in the amount of exercise I wanted, then it would be more important to break it up. So I think, like everything else, these are somewhat specific to each person. But the walking is a critical part of what your focus is post-transplant. And what I found, just to give you some kind of perspective on my experience in the progression, is that the initial walk the day I was out was just a few dozen steps down the hallway. Then it was a matter of trying to go around the hospital floor once. Then it was about the next day trying to go around the hospital floor several times. And then it was trying to get to where I could do a third of a mile. Then it's the next day, can I do half a mile? The next day, can I do 3/4 of a mile? The next day, can I manage to get it up to a mile? It's that kind of progression. Just trying to do a little bit more each day at whatever you're able to that feels comfortable. Sometimes I would feel like, okay, maybe I pushed a little too far, so I wouldn't try to make up any progress the next day. Sometimes there are days where you just don't feel very good. It's not like each day you feel incrementally better. It doesn't go in a linear way. It's more of an up and down progression. Some days you feel a whole lot better. Some days you feel worse than you did for several days. You got to respond to that and cut back the exercise on the days where you don't feel good and just acknowledge it. But generally the progression is in the first week, at least for me, trying to get up to walking about a mile a day. Not a lot, but a huge sense of accomplishment at that, and feels really good at the end of it to have gotten up and moved around. Then over the course of the following weeks kind of go like the days did before. You may not make day-to-day progress within a week, but week over week you notice a distinct difference. So, week 1 might be a matter of walking, a mile around the neighborhood. Week 2 might be 2 miles around the neighborhood. Week 3 might be 3 miles around the neighborhood. Week 4 might be 3 miles around the neighborhood, but at a faster speed than in the prior week. Maybe you don't walk any further, you can just walk faster, and that's harder. And so where I am right now, I've been discharged for about 5.5 weeks, is I'm able to walk 3 to 5 miles at about 3 miles an hour. And it's just a matter of having worked up to that. Now, if that's relatively flat, I get done and I feel pretty good. If there are a lot of hills involved, I get done and I'm exhausted, lower back hurts, legs hurt, and I feel completely wiped out. So it depends, and I think it's good to probably push it a little more some days and then take days to rest up and not have to push it. And there are going to be days where you're really busy with medical treatments, or it's completely raining and you can't get out. It's okay to take a day off here or there, but I think if you're able to get out almost every day, it really helps a lot. So that's really the routine post-transplant, a combination of sleeping as much as you can and trying to find something that works for you. It's a matter of your diet and finding the diet that works for you, and then it is keeping up with your medications and understanding that those nebulizer treatments can take a lot of time. You're not going to have as much free time as you thought, and then you're going to use up that free time. In all likelihood, most of it will be used up exercising. So that's your daily routine post-transplant. And then there are of course, the medical visits you have to work in. But I would highlight, I've never seen such a upbeat, positive, happy group of people as the post-transplant patients that I see when I go in for my routine clinical work and blood work, and there's just such an immense sense of gratitude and just joy at life that I can just relay to you. It's a wonderful experience. It's a real gift to have received the lungs, and it's a real blessing. It's just an immensely positive period. You know, the care that goes into maintaining those lungs and the time and this routine may sound difficult, but it really isn't when you're so focused on that kind of positive perspective and the gratitude that comes with it.